Jam Today is in effect a postcard petition by and for carers. Thousands of postcards have been signed by carers and supporters of carers' rights across Gloucestershire, delivering a clear message to Gordon Brown. Jam Today seeks an overhauling of the carers allowance system that sees carers given £50 benefits entitlement for 35 hours care per week, or 50 hours, or 100 hours. If carers manage to remain in work, they are only allowed to earn a small amount before carers' allowance is taken away, and it can't be claimed once you qualify for state pension. Carers Gloucestershire has worked with a group of local carers to shape the campaign and produce the postcards, and have arranged for some carers to deliver the postcard petition to 10 Downing Street on December the 5th, National Carers' Rights Day. But what's the day-to-day impact on carers? We recently asked some Gloucestershire carers to give us an insight into their world. We asked them, what's the job description for their caring role? What do they actually do? What are the hours like? And perhaps more importantly, what needs to change to make the job more doable?
The amount of carers that in the country that's doing care without money, they are like people running a house, a well-kept house, and they have to see that it is run properly and in order. So the carers is like the nation housekeeper that is caring for the people.
You'll be helping your partner, daughter, husband, father have a wash, have a bath.
Dressing, changing nappies. He's 10, it's quite hard work, it takes two of us, so you need to have another adult really most of the time.
Wet beds, sort all that out.
I'm there in case he has a fall, I can hear and I can deal with it. Quite a bit of lifting and helping as the day goes on, particularly with his legs, he's in quite a lot of pain, he needs helping in and out of the bath. Helping in and out of bed, helping up the stairs later in the day.
You may have to help somebody on and off the toilet, often somebody much heavier than you.
It's a case of what does a carer not do? A carer has to do many things concerned with the welfare and comfort of the person she's caring for.
They have to be first in your priority in whatever you do.
You might have to clean the bed. You may have to change wet sheets or soiled sheets.
I still help him dressed. He finds it difficult getting down and putting socks and shoes on.
We get him ready for school, we get breakfast, which again is a struggle because of his anxieties.
After a night of incontinence and etc., wet beds, 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes twice a night, I'd change the beds, change him.
2 a.m. is a good time to get up and change beds.
Dressed, medication, washed.
He doesn't always want to eat, but then I worry that he hasn't eaten before he's gone to school.
Having got his arms and head in the garment, he finds it difficult reaching around his back and pulling them down, so I help him with that.
You do lifting and handling courses.
I do know now how to pick up a 16 stone, well I don't even try.
But it's not the same as lifting a box, he doesn't quite obey the rules of not dragging you over.
6'7" person whose knees have virtually given up on him. But I'm there to stop him worrying too much.
If you haven't put the washing in the machine, you'll need to do that, of course, and try and get it dry, because you may have to change sheets quite a few times during the night.
I didn't have a dryer, for instance, and that was hard because getting things dry was a never-ending problem.
If he gets out of bed, you've got to put him in. If he cries, just leave him cry for 2 minutes. And he eventually went off, but I mean, it does get you tired when you've got to keep getting him up and putting him back in, getting him, putting him back in.
Then the next morning, get him dressed.
Washing, preparing the meal for when he comes home, shopping, so really no time for yourself.
I've got to take all the clothes she's wearing and that goes in the washing machine. I wash every day. I have the washing machine on every day.
Washing and cleaning and negotiating with doctors and nurses probably coming in
keeping the person you're caring for happy and as comfortable as possible.
My youngest son will need a scribe for his homework, has problems reading, so I'll have to be helping him do his reading and writing, and I'll also have to be doing scribing for my eldest son, who also has problems with writing.
Running the home, the finances, you name it, the carer has to cope, and often a great many hours a day.
It can take an hour to give him his tea or his lunch.
So I don't know how I'm going. I think I need to be an octopus. I need some more arms. It'd be a great help.
A lot of bending in that. All the food goes on the floor at least 3 times.
So it's quite physical as well, really, which doesn't help with the tiredness and health implications for yourself.
Your day probably ends after they've gone to bed because you'll be catching up with things you haven't done during the day. So you probably won't go to bed much before midnight, and then your day will start again at 6 o'clock. And often this is done by people that are much, much older than I am, and they may be ill themselves, they may have infirmities themselves, and they have to struggle through this every day, 7 days a week.
You do feel that you are so undervalued for all that you do, and there is no recognition of it. You do it, and that's your life, and our life is as it is, and we accept that. But financially, it's a real drain.
It is. You have to put the people interests at your heart, have their interests at heart, and care for them, because a lot of the work that you're doing, you won't be getting paid for that because you go beyond the call of duty.